This is a review of the Gerber Groundbreaker multi-tool. So you can see I have the Gerber tool here along with several other tools. I wanted to illustrate just how many tools the Gerber has incorporated into this multi-tool. It's not unusual if you've used multi-tools before to see a lot of different tools represented. One thing that I was particularly impressed with the Gerber was the quality of the tools. In particular, since this is a tool aimed specifically at electricians, the wire cutters are going to be one of the most used tools. And the wire cutters compare very fairly with my regular wire cutter. And I found that the quality of the metal, and especially the cutter, which is usually sort of a weak point on most wire cutters and strippers, I found that the cutters themselves were actually very strong, very sharp. I cut my finger on one of them already just testing out the blade. The tool in general is very strong. It's got a few locking mechanisms to hold the pieces into place. This locks the pliers into place. In addition, the handles both slide off. Each of them have tools inside of them, so that's very useful. In particular, this blade carries a box cutter inside of it. And this one I don't think you can open the box cutter without taking the handle off. I found that a lot of the buttons are a little stiff out of the gate. I wasn't able to open several of these different latches in the beginning, but as I've used it a couple times, they've gotten a lot looser, and they come apart much easier now. As you can see, the handle comes off, slides back in, and these latches hold it in place. This latches is one of the ones that's very stiff on me. The other side, this latch also releasing this handle, and this handle has a multi-headed screwdriver. As you can see, the screwdriver bits go here into the carrying case, and it also has a drywall saw. The saw is actually very sharp and has a really nice blade, very thick, and in their illustrations they show you hitting knockouts using the head as a hammer and driving this in to get the knockouts out. That's usually a tricky part for me, getting the knockouts out of metal boxes when I'm up in a ceiling or under the house. So I'm really interested to try that out, but yeah, in general, I don't know that I would use that as much as some of the other tools. I'm really happy with the screwdriver bits. As you know, carrying around even a multi-headed screwdriver by itself is inconvenient. And several of the other pieces, such as the box cutter and the wire cutters, all come in pretty handy. The idea of using it as a hammer is very innovative. I'm sure if you've crawled under a house, you've tried to use a screwdriver or a wrench or other things as hammers because you couldn't find anything with a good flat head and you didn't have a hammer with you. This provides a nice flat head, very solidly put together with extra metal pieces screwed onto the pliers. And it gives the pliers a nice broad area to grip here as well. So that's quite a few tools that are replaced. The carrying case itself is quite nice. Hooks onto your belt. The tool fits in there pretty snugly, and I wouldn't turn it upside down for too long, it might fall out, but in general it's pretty good. And it comes with a little set of extra box cutter blades, and of course the bits that I mentioned before that go into the bit holder. Overall, that's pretty much it. It's a nice tool. It has a lot of nice features. It's very specific to electricians. If you don't do any electrical work, it's not going to be very useful to you, but if you find yourself crawling under a house or up in attics a lot doing electrical work, this is going to save you a lot of effort. So anyway, that's all. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope you find the Gerber Groundbreaker to be an interesting tool. Thank you.